Right. Any war between two nuclear nations can lead to catastrophic consequences. Now, Pakistan does have nuclear weapons. They are threatening things like if India blocks out water, rivers of blood will flow, or they will use nuke on India. You might love hearing this because we all know Pakistan doesn't have the guts to actually use nuclear weapons against India. And anyone with basic common sense knows that no country would dare think about using nukes against nation like India. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk about in today's video. Why Pakistan will never use nuclear weapons against India. I'll tell you reason number one. That is global isolation and sanctions they will face. Now let's look at it in history here. Only one country has ever used nuclear weapons in war. That is United States during Second World War. The world saw how dangerous that weapon was, and Japan didn't have nukes to retaliate back at that point of time. And that attack established the use of the global power later. After that, even though countries like China, Russia, UK, and India later developed nuclear weapons, but no country has dared to actually use them in war. For example, take recent Russia-Ukraine war. Russia is a nuclear power and they face a major setback because NATO backed Ukraine. Despite all tension, Russia has never actually used their nuclear weapons. Now ask yourself, if even Russia didn't use nukes on a non-nuclear states like Ukraine, is Pakistan going to use nuke against a country like India, which has massive nuclear capacities? I say absolutely not. Absolutely not. If Pakistan ever uses a nuclear weapon, the entire world, including China, will be forced to impose sanctions and isolations on them. And a weak economy like Pakistan can never survive those isolation then. So the first major reason Pakistan will use nuke is the threat of global sanctions and complete isolation, which would destroy themselves. And reason number two, India's massive second strike capacity. India follows always no first use policy, although at one point Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said this could change if necessary, but still India has not officially abandoned this policy. Here's the key point. If Pakistan strike India with a nuclear weapon, India's retaliation will be beyond Pakistan's capacity to withstand it as well. And one more thing we should remember that India is one of the only four countries in the world with a credible nuclear threat. That means the ability to launch nuclear weapons from land, air, and sea. The other countries that achieve these abilities are US, Russia, and China. So, if Pakistan ever hits India, India's counter strike could come from the sky, the ocean, or the ground, or even all threats at once. And this counter attack could wipe Pakistan off the map for sure. All defense experts agree Pakistan might be able to launch one nuclear strike, but it will not survive India's response back to that. As PM Narendra Modi once said, if Pakistan ever tries anything like that with nuke, they will disappear for the next 100 or even 1,000 years from the future. India possesses that level of nuclear capacity. And reason number three, Indian command structure of a nuclear launch. I'll tell you one thing that even if some generals in Pakistan thinks of using a nuclear weapon, it's not that simple. Understand that it's not that simple because nuclear weapon use require a complex chain of approach of political, military, and strategic. Even one person in this chain refuses, the launch won't going to happen. So what might take is unless every key person in Pakistan loses their mind at the same time, nuclear not going to be used. So what my conclusion is that their nuclear threats are just an empty way. Even if India takes over Pakistan, occupied Kashmir as well, Pakistan will not use their nuclear weapons. What they now say is just trying to fear, mongering, and nothing more. In other words, reality is not going to happen. I really all like the video. If you do so, please do subscribe to the channel.